There is an observed pattern in the health status literature. While older adults with epilepsy are more resilient in facing chronic illness, and middle-aged adults fare the worst, this measured by self-reported health status. We wanted to study this pattern and investigate the role social determinants of health play in this. To do so, we use the data from the HINT survey, which is conducted by the National Cancer Institute and collects data on how Americans consume information related to cancer. The data includes over 350 variables and 3,500 respondents. Question number 1. Do the people with cancer in our dataset follow the pattern of adapting to health over time? To answer this question, we use exploratory data analysis, mode for oversampling, chi-square test, and logistic regression. Among the people with cancer in our dataset, most report good health, but it's good to know that the middle-aged group reports the highest percentage of poor health among the groups at 27%. However, there seems to be no relationship between age group and good health status in univariate analysis. After running a logistic regression model on balanced data and controlling for variables like BMI and physical and psychological comorbidities, age becomes a significant predictor of good health. This result suggests that the odds of having good health is 5% lower as age increases by a unit of 1. Health status seems to worsen as age increases, but not by too much. And these are some of the significant predictors for the good health variable in our cancer subset. All p-values below 0.05.
Question 2. How do social determinants of health like disability, race, language, education, and gender influence reported health status? To answer the question, chi-square tests and a random forest classifier were used. Based on the chi-square test, 9 out of the 15 features had a significant relationship with the reported health status. Graduating from high school, being proficient at English, being white, having health insurance, and being born in the USA all had a positive correlation with health status, whereas being disabled, aging, having completed the survey in Spanish, and being Black all had a negative correlation. The random forest classifier had an 82.46% accuracy on the test data, but it did not perform well when predicting for participants with poor health. Though the features alone did not create a good model for predicting health, the chi-square test provided evidence that social factors do have an impact on health.
Question 3. How do socioeconomic disparities in access to resources affect self-reported health status? Methodology. Spearman's rank correlation, ordered logistic regression, supervised multi-class classification. When looking down our target attribute column, general health, we see that there is a weak, albeit positive correlation with education, income range, and how often people exercise. Moving on, we've chosen to measure the statistical significance between our target variable general health and the other variables using ordered logistic regression. After passing our statistically significant variables onto our multi-class predictive models, namely random forest, KNN, SVM, and AdaBoost, we observed that each model is suffering from a bit of bias, or underfitting. In conclusion, looking at both the feature importance given by our random forest and AdaBoost model, it would be reasonable to conjecture that out of the socioeconomic factors represented by the variables included in our models, the following are found to be statistically significant predictors and possibly contributors to one's overall perceived health status.